Goku is one of the most powerful heroes ever, but if needed, what other popular anime characters would he choose to team up with? Whose style would best fit with his own to create a truly epic crossover? Today's video focuses on finding Goku the perfect sidekick, taking into consideration strength, attitude, intelligence, and just general worldview. I'll be breaking down the whole bunch of famous and infamous anime characters to see who'd be a good match for our main monkey Goku, and who he'd kick to the curb. But first, we just want to take a moment to thank Bleach Immortal's Soul for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description to jump back into the world of Bleach with the all-new officially licensed mobile game available on iPhone and Android. Now let's get into it. Over in One Punch Man's insane universe, Saitama reigns supreme. He's the hero that could beat any villain in the entire universe with a single punch. His strength is unrivaled everywhere to the point where many just can't believe he got this strong just by doing a simple workout. Because let's be honest, I'm sure we've all tried to replicate Saitama's success by doing push-ups, sit-ups, and a light jog every day, but have ended up feeling as useful as Moomin Rider rather than an actually strong hero. Although he did do it every day for a whole year. But because Saitama is so powerful, there's one topic that has started many fierce and heated debates across the internet. Because the big question on everyone's mind is, could Goku survive a punch by Saitama? Well, if the two of them teamed up, maybe we'd finally get an answer to that question. But more than just being two of the most insanely powerful people in history, Saitama would make a great sidekick for Goku. He's laid back and easygoing enough where he probably wouldn't question Goku's lack of intelligence, and the two of them wouldn't clash in terms of personality and ego. Plus, above everything else, Goku loves training and becoming stronger, and if he took on a sidekick that's as powerful as Saitama, it would help Goku become even more powerful. Talk about a good team-up. We all love Monkey D. Luffy. He's so much fun to watch, and there's a reason why we can sit through like all 5 million episodes of One Piece and not get bored. It's because Luffy remains one of the best anime protagonists ever. So at first, there's a lot of potential for Goku and Luffy to team up, and it's exciting to think about all the wild shenanigans the two could get into. But I think overall, Luffy wouldn't actually be a good sidekick for Goku, because the one thing you have to consider by giving Goku a sidekick is pairing him up with someone who can actually help the Saiyan grow to new heights. That is the goal for any great sidekick. Robin made Batman accept a new type of family. Samwise Gamgee was the one who saved the day by helping Frodo destroy the ring, etc., etc. That's the kind of sidekick you need, but Luffy is a little too wild. I don't think he'd take the time to really strategize or come up with a good plan to defeat an enemy, and for someone like Goku, that's really essential. Sorry, Luffy, but you don't make the cut. Would the symbol of peace ever settle on being a sidekick? Maybe he'd have to be, because if he teamed up with Goku, there is no doubt who is actually stronger. While All Might is incredibly powerful in his own show when he's operating at full strength, you just have to look at some of the stuff Goku's accomplished and the level of destructive force he's used in recent years to know that All Might would be severely outmatched. Plus, more likely than not, the version of All Might we'd see team up with Goku is probably the one that could only remain in his superpowered form for just a little while, before his insides start acting up and he becomes a blood fountain. That is why All Might would probably work best in the sidekick role for that specific team-up, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't be valuable. Just look at all the wisdom, advice, and training All Might has provided to Deku over the course of My Hero Academia. If you look at Goku's history, it's clear that sometimes he needs a little guidance, and having a sidekick like All Might would keep his heart pure, and his brain working at maximum capacity, which for Goku can be hard sometimes. The Death Note anime introduced the world to the brilliant Light Yagami, a young student who just wanted to make the world a better place. At least that's how it started out. Like if Goku had a list of applicants to be his sidekick and he found Light's resume, he'd probably be pretty impressed. Not only is Light a genius who can think 400 moves ahead of his opponents, but he also has in his possession one of the most powerful weapons in the universe. But then, of course, if Light and Goku ever were in a room together, it would be pretty clear why the two of them would never work out as a team. For one, Light would never settle on being somebody's sidekick in a million years. He'd rather write his own name in that Death Note rather than not being the one calling the shots. And then there's the whole Light is actually a megalomaniacal, crazy, evil person thing. Well, that would probably derail any sort of partnership. In fact, I think Light would be smart enough to manipulate Goku and turn him to the dark side, which probably shouldn't happen for the sake of humanity. So yeah, Light is definitely out. One team-up that has a lot of potential to be interesting would be Goku and Ichigo from Bleach. Now, obviously, this is a clear case of mismatched power levels, but personality-wise, I think the two of them would work very well together. Yes, Ichigo is a little bit of a hothead and may rub a lot of people the wrong way, but at his core, I think he very much aligns with Goku's way of thinking. As a Shinigami, Ichigo always works incredibly hard to become stronger, and whenever he's losing a fight, he digs down deep to tap into his hidden power reserves. His willpower and determination to overcome adversity is really admirable, and it's something that would gel really well with Goku's personality. Both of them would make each other better, with Goku seeing how hard Ichigo is working and push himself even more, and Ichigo seeing just how powerful Goku can be and forcing himself to become even stronger. As long as Goku doesn't make fun of Ichigo's orange hair, then I don't see any big problems, and because of all the crazy stuff Goku has seen, I don't think he would even notice it. Do you? Let's put that idea on hold for a second so we can take another moment to thank Bleach Immortal's Soul for sponsoring this video. Unlock and level up your favorite characters in this all-new mobile RPG that features voice acting from the original anime. This game will take you for a stroll down memory lane by revisiting all of the classic Bleach moments, all while engaging in some pretty intense combat that will bring you a healthy balance of action and storytelling. Click the link in the description below to support CBR and download Bleach Immortal's Soul and get a special free kickoff prize: 5k gold, 2 gacha tokens, and 50 soul jades. Now, where were we? Oh yeah! By herself, I love Saber from the Fate series. There may be a ton of different versions of her out there right now, but at her core, I always think of her character from Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night as the OG version. Saber is incredibly strong-willed and passionate about what she believes in, and by herself, I think she's so interesting to watch grow and change over the course of her appearances. But would she work as Goku's sidekick? I don't think so. I don't even know how that team-up would happen unless Goku accidentally found himself in a Holy Grail war and he summoned Saber to fight for him. Oh, wow. Yeah, note to self, pitch Dragon Ball Holy Grail War as the next crossover because that actually sounds sort of awesome. But what would the two of them learn from each other? Putting them in a room together and hearing them talk about their ideals and passions would be like mixing pepper with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It just wouldn't work out. Saber works as her own lead character on her own separate journey, and I think pairing her with Goku would be a hindrance to her growth. Out of all the crazy and different Joestar men we see throughout JoJo's bizarre adventure, we think Jotaro Kujo might be the best option to team up with Goku. And on first glance, that team-up doesn't make the most sense. But if you really start to dig into Jotaro and his personality, you'll see just how well he could work with someone like Goku to accomplish anything. Because, sure, Jotaro is introduced as a delinquent with a bad boy edge to him, but once you get to know him, you'll see there's actually so much more to his personality than meets the eye. Sure, he may be aloof and seems to not care, but he actually has a really big heart towards his friends and family. He would do anything to protect his loved ones and will always do the right thing, which I think is vital for a Goku sidekick. Plus, he's actually a really great manipulator. Just look at the poker scene in the Stardust Crusaders arc where he not only remained completely cool under pressure even though his and all his friends' souls were on the line, but bluffed in such an extreme way that it made the master poker player fold. Talk about cool. Together, Jotaro and Goku would be close to unstoppable. Just because one member of the Joestar family would make a great Goku sidekick, it doesn't mean all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures protagonists would work well in the role. I know there's probably a lot of you out there who would love to see Battle Tendencies Joseph Joestar be the one who teams up with Goku, and as hilarious and how great that would be to watch, I don't think the two of them would mesh very well to have a fruitful partnership, which really makes me sad if I'm being honest. It brings a smile to my face to think about the trouble the two of them would get into together. And I have no doubt it would be entertaining, but would I put my faith in both of them to save the universe? I'm not so sure. Joseph tends to be a little hot-headed and confrontational, which is something Goku would do best to avoid. Joseph tries to avoid a lot of responsibilities, and I'm sure he would try to convince Goku to slack off in his training to go do some fun stuff instead. I'm not saying Goku would listen to him, but it would just create a partnership that just wouldn't work out in the long run. A Goku and Naruto team-up is one of those pitch-perfect matchups that should make you smile when you think about it. It just makes sense on a ton of different levels. Everything about the two of them teaming up works in such a fun way. Sure, Goku's power levels are unrivaled and Naruto could never reach that level of strength, but you just know Naruto's motivated attitude would never let that stop him from trying his hardest in every fight the two face. The two would definitely inspire the other to be better in all aspects of their life. And even if we ignore the fact that both of their optimistic and cheerful attitudes would make for one of anime's best bromances, just think about how epic watching some fight scenes with the two of them would be. On the one hand, you have Goku with his pure destructive power and strength, but then you have Naruto with his awesome fighting style delivering a wicked martial arts battle. Could you ask for two better things to watch? Like, just stick Naruto next to Goku's other human friends like Krillin and he'd fit right in. There's one big rule in life. It's not washing your hands after you use the bathroom or putting the grocery cart back when you're done with it, even though those are super important. Nope, the biggest rule is never, ever, ever make a deal with Kyubey from Madoka Magica. And don't be fooled, Kyubey is very persuasive. His cuddly demeanor and sorta cute, sorta terrifying voice seems harmless, so when he offers you a wish in exchange for becoming a magical girl, it sounds too good to be true. But trust me, it is. Never listen to Kyubey because you'll slowly realize just how dangerous that dang cat creature can be. And I'm afraid Goku would try to team up with Kyubey if given the chance. I mean, Goku spends his time questing after Dragon Balls all the time in order to get a wish, but Kyubey would just be able to offer him the wish on the spot. Sure, Goku would have to become a magical girl in order to get that wish, and that image alone makes me insanely curious. It would only lead to eventual devastation. So again, although Kyubey might try to become your sidekick and you might think that's alright, trust me, run in the other direction and never look back. And that's a wrap. What character would you most like to see Goku team up with, and why? And who would be the absolute worst for him? Let us know in the comments down below, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for more awesome anime content like this. Thanks for watching CBR.